Well, this did not go the way that the internet trolls expected things to go for real estate agents since the NAR settlement. Well, welcome back. My name is Sarah Messali. I'm a broker associate in San Diego, California with Real Broker, and I want to give you an update. Now, I do have other videos, two videos specifically. The first explaining the NAR settlement and what the changes are and why the changes happened. The second video, I'll link both below. The second one is just explaining how my clients, both buyers and sellers, have reacted since this news happened and how they've responded to things like my request to have buyer broker agreements signed. Now, in this video, I want to share with you why buyer's agents are actually making more money since the NAR settlement. So this really has kind of like backfired on the internet trolls. If you're wondering why I'm even mentioning that, if you're like a member of the public and you have no idea because you're a reasonable person, you have no idea how much hate there is on the internet for any random realtor who's like doing their own thing and posting tours of houses. It's really strong. It's not just the comments, it's like the you know what threats, like all of that. It's pretty severe. And a lot of the comments that I have seen lately on various platforms have been things like, there are going to be no more buyer's agents. All of you will be put out of business. It's like, they are for sure of the future. They should buy a lotto ticket, but maybe not, because buyer's agents are now making more money. Now, with that statement, I have to be careful because I am not guaranteeing that every buyer's agent will always make more money, but I'm telling you from my experience since the NAR settlement, what I am seeing on the buy side, and even as a listing agent, seeing what the buyer's agents that bring offers to my listings are getting, I am seeing buyer's agents make more money now post NAR settlement. I'll give you a couple of specific examples on my listings and just kind of like explain how that all went down. But one thing that I do want to also address is so many people who had mentioned that buyer's agents are going to just become completely extinct, if you will, that there are only going to be listing agents or only dual agency, I should say. And while I do think that this will thin out the real estate industry, it will take some people out of the game. Maybe they were like the type of people that weren't having those great conversations with their clients. They weren't comfortable with it. I'm going to give one example here. I just saw this in a Facebook group, and I'm not naming the person. I'm not mocking them. I'm not trying to make fun, but you need to understand the perspective of some agents right now. The idea that someone would even just like meet someone at a door and then say, here, please sign this. I need to represent you because it is the law. That is like highly concerning to me. And yes, agents like that will probably not be doing well if they cannot shift to a scenario where they can explain their job, their value added proposition, what they get paid, how they get paid, and explain what to expect for both their buyers and sellers. I think it essentially forces us to have more conversations with our buyer clients, to have better conversations, and almost to shift things to like a listing presentation, where when you go into a listing presentation, you are trying to win that listing. You're interviewing for a job. With buyer's agents before, it used to be like, hey, do you like me? Am I a nice person? Then I'll help you buy a house because we're all the same, right? That's how it was before. And now, no, we are interviewing for a job on the buyer's agent side too, which is a good thing. I'm going to give you a couple of examples. Now, I'm not going to name the specific numbers because we all know commission is negotiable. A couple of my listings that I just got into escrow recently. One of them is a luxury listing. Now, in luxury listings, you have to understand we don't have 20 offers. Not everybody can afford this price point. So we had a luxury listing scenario where we also did not have the luxury of time. Your ability to negotiate and how hard you negotiate depends on your circumstances, how much you can push, and how, I don't like this word for it, but how desperate you are, so to speak. My client, I can tell you this because we're all good at this point. We've already gotten past contingencies. My client is purchasing a property in a different country. It works differently there. Real estate works differently. They have a very large non-refundable deposit. So as you can imagine, we needed the security. We got a full price offer, a really good full price offer on day 3 on the market on a luxury listing. So of course we took it. Everybody is very, very happy. Now, the buyer's agent did the smart thing, the normal thing in this market, and submitted with the offer her form stating what commission she wanted. Now, of course, in that scenario, you can understand where my seller could have pushed it and countered, but it was a great offer. Why would they risk that? So I'm just letting you know, without saying the numbers, that agent is making more than she would if this was a pre-NAR settlement world and we went on the MLS and I offered out a blank percentage. It would not be what she's getting. So good for her. My seller's happy too. That's the most important thing. They're really happy with their net. Another property that I have that we're just about to get into escrow, actually, I received many offers because this is a more average price point for San Diego, which is around $1 million. And all but one of them is submitted their form along with the offer that basically says, please, seller, pay my commission as the buyer's agent, and this is what I'm asking for. They range from blank to blank. We'll just say that. They all range in different prices. However, most of them are at least how much we would have offered out if we were on the MLS, and more. A lot of them are more, actually. Now, there's only one of the offers that where the buyer was willing to pay the buyer's agent, and the reason is that that is a contingent offer, and that person does not even have their condo on the market yet, and so they have to offset the weakness of that offer, and unfortunately for them, no, that's a no-go for us. It is too risky. But again, all of the other ones, they're simply doing the right thing, which is asking, they're putting their form, they're asking for their commission. We have the ability to counter it. A lot of times the sellers are simply going to look at the net and they're going to be like, I'm really happy with this net. Let's not push it. Let's go with this. They could counter it, but what I'm seeing and what I am hearing other people seeing is a lot of times, as long as the seller looks at the net and they feel that it's reasonable, I don't think a lot of sellers are going to be reducing buyer's agent's commission or flat out refusing. I really am not seeing that, although I have to again, as your disclaimer, say that that is a possibility, that they absolutely can do that. But again, the nice thing about this NAR settlement is it just forces us to have better conversations, more clear conversations with our buyers and our sellers to really explain what are the different options, what is our fee, how do we get paid, and then to let them make the choices. So if my clients want to counter and they want to ask a different agent to reduce their commission, that's an option for them. But a lot of times they are so happy with the strength of the offers and the fact that they know that most qualified buyers already have an agent. That is where most qualified, ready, able buyers are coming from, is agents. So they want to get the deal done as much as these agents do, if not more. So that is why I'm seeing a lot of buyers agents making more money in a post-NAR settlement world. I also think on the listing side, it is easier to get listings signed. That all being said, I would love to hear your experience. If you're a real estate agent in a different area, let me know how things are going for you. If you are a potential buyer or potential seller, if any of this didn't make sense, it is a lot of real estate lingo, but also understand that if you ever want to discuss something, a potential move in or out of San Diego, I'm happy to explain all of the options to you. And the way that I do my business is I lay out all of the different options and of course let you be the one that makes those choices. And I'll simply give my guidance. So thanks for watching and have a great day.